¿Qué tal, gente? Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a Inglés con Mr. G, la última clase en inglés que vas a necesitar. Y el día de hoy sí vamos a tener la clase en inglés. Sí, después de que acabe el intro. Porque para poder practicar el listening, que es muy importante, que seguramente a muchos les gusta practicar, pero lo combiné con un tema pedagógico también muy interesante, que es bueno para alumnos y maestros. ¿Por qué chingados todo el mundo me dice que prenda mi cámara durante las clases online? ¿Qué más da? ¿Cuál es la diferencia? ¿No me gusta? Pues hoy les voy a explicar por qué. Entonces, ya sea que tú eres un alumno quejumbroso o que eres un maestro que no sabe dar la respuesta cuando se lo preguntan, hoy les voy a explicar. Y con esto vamos a practicar un poquito nuestro listening y vamos a ver qué tanto estamos entendiendo de lo que les estoy explicando. Okay, so today's topic is something rather interesting that is very scientific that we call the Hawthorne Effect. And I love that word, the Hawthorne Effect. It has such a distinguished pronunciation, Hawthorne Effect. Okay, what is the Hawthorne Effect? Well, first of all, what I would like to answer today is why is it that I need to have my webcam on whenever I have whether a meeting, when I'm working, or when I am having an online class? Well, it is because of the following. First of all, I need you to understand something. There is a very important element that is present in communication every day that we don't know about. It is an element of linguistics that we call haptic communication. What is haptic communication? Okay, well, something very simple. Here we have smileys, right? We have emojis. And these are actually very simple. If you notice, other than the colors that have some shades, they are basically the mouth and the eyes. Pretty much it. And still, I'm pretty sure that each one of you can give me an interpretation of what emotion each one of them represents. Probably if I show you this one, you'll say, okay, well, this is happy. And this is like smiling, but showing your teeth, so maybe it's even happier. This can be like not genuinely happy. This one is like frustrated, maybe crying. This is just sad. This can be drunk, something like that, you think. Okay, if this is basically a yellow circle that has two dots as eyes and just a line to draw the mouth, how is it that we really know what is the emotion that they are representing? Because our brain is programmed, it has evolved to understand haptic communication. Haptic communication is to read the message that the person that is listening to me is actually giving. When a person is talking, it is not only the person that is talking that is sending a message. The person that is listening is actually also sending a message by giving us non-verbal communication. Like this. The same, I have these silhouettes and they don't really have any facial expressions, but they have body language. When you do this, you can interpret in several ways. You can do it like, so, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm with your girlfriend. What you gonna do about it? Or maybe the girl is like, I'm not even going out with you. You just asked me for the time or something. We can actually make a story with the body language that these two images have. How? How is it? Or even better, this girl that is right there, we can totally get that she is fed up, that she's tired, that she's frustrated, that she's not paying attention. Why? Well, there is no eye contact. Yes, but this is what we call the eye roll. And we can totally understand what is the message that she's giving me with this. Why? Because our brain has evolved to interpret the facial expressions or the body language of people in order to know how they are responding to the way that I am talking. This is why teachers need to have this feedback. Because with this feedback, whenever we give an introduction, whenever we are explaining a topic, whenever we are saying like, okay, this is really important, we go back to the faces and we can look from faces that are like, I'm getting it, or no, this is too confusing, or just, what? And then we can decide of like, okay, do we move on, or yeah, no, I have to go again. This is really important. Because again, it's not just to see who's paying attention. I know that a lot of people feel that they are being observed and that they are being like monitored, like what? Yeah, I'm paying attention. Gee. But it's not just that. It is like, are they really understanding what I'm explaining? Or am I just talking and, so is this clear? And usually you have the pointless, but yes, it's clear. Any questions? No. That is pointless because everybody lies. Everybody has questions and no, it's not clear. But usually at least you go like, okay, you said it. You shook your heads, so that's it, right? This is the part where teachers really need to have this feedback. Like right now, I can only see the number of people that are watching this, but I don't really know if you're getting it or not. And I am missing a very essential moment in teaching. That is what I call the moment. Actually, I think I may have picked it from somewhere else, but the moment is when you say, okay, so haptic communication is the message that you give with your face and with your body language to the person that is talking. You go, oh, good. I have the moment. That means that they are getting it, or at least they are pretending to get it. I can move on. If I don't get the moment when I'm explaining something difficult, I'm like, okay, no, I need to explain it again. No, yeah, I get it. No. I need to explain it again until you go like, ah. So the first element that we need is haptic communication. Can the teacher really get can the teacher really assess if you're getting the message? Your face right now, because you're not wearing glasses, Alex, so it's not your face right now. But yes, exactly. Okay, so now let me tell you about the exact Hawthorne effect. What is the Hawthorne effect? There was an experiment in the 50s about productivity in the working environment. And they made a very simple exercise. And again, I'm going to go back to the image that I gave you today. This is what it was about. They took the workers and they put them with better lighting. They actually increased the lighting in the workplace to see if that enhanced the productivity. And it did. They started being more productive. And then they lowered the lights to see if that affected the productivity. And guess what? It didn't. And actually, it also increased the productivity. So that was weird. Like, wait a second. If the lights are brighter, you work more. And if the lights are lower, you work more. How is this possible? Okay, some of you may guess it. The problem is not the lighting. The problem is that the workers knew that they were being observed. So what happened? That they were more productive. Because as human beings, we are like that. What is the moment where you have perfect driving skills, when you are really looking at your mirrors, when you're wearing your seatbelt, and when you are respecting the speed limit? When you have a cruiser right next to you, and you're like, hi, officer. Perfect speed. Because you know that you're being observed, and you know that you have to do everything by the book. We all do that. So, this sounds kind of Big Brother and it sounds horrible, right? Like, oh, so I need to be monitored so that I work properly? Sometimes it is. And it is not because you cannot be trusted. The point is that sometimes we need this, because I know that during the whole lockdown thing, all of us have been working from home. All of us have been having this video calls or online classes. And if we are allowed not to have the camera on, we go crazy. Like, okay, so I am going to go to the restroom and nobody's looking at me. And then you're like, sorry. Because it's like, yeah, if nobody's watching, I can do whatever I want. You mute the microphone and then you let it rip. Because you know that nobody's watching. And then, oops, you didn't mute the microphone. Everybody heard that. They all know that you have monstrous farts. So, is that an invasion of privacy? Not exactly, because if you were in the classroom, it would be the same thing. If you were in the classroom and you farted or you started picking your nose or just, like scratching your balls, everybody would be like, ew, what are you doing? And you wouldn't be like, oh, well, it's an invasion of privacy that you're looking at me while I'm scratching my balls? No, you should not do it. And you are more civil because you know that people are watching you. So this actually helps everybody, including the teachers. When you know that you're being observed and you know that you're being watched, that helps you to say like, you know what? Probably I should be like a bit more attentive, a bit more polite, a bit more patient, and it's good. If there is something that you wouldn't be doing if somebody was watching, maybe it is something that you shouldn't do at all. So, when you have an environment, when you're being watched, You can take it as something that is very authoritarian and that is very strict, but actually it helps you be in your best behavior. It actually helps you to be more productive. So this is a way of like being in the gym, you know? If you go to the gym, you can go every single day and you can just have your membership and you can go whenever you want, but you choose to go when the personal trainer is there, or at least the one that will pay attention to you and not to the big boobed girl that is clueless about the machines. You want to be with a trainer because the trainer is going to tell you how to do it, because you need to have somebody that tells you, hey, you didn't come yesterday, I thought we were doing leg day. I'm sorry, I was busy. No, don't give me that busy excuse. You should be here. You need something that pushes you. You need something that lets you know, like, I'm watching, and if you start slacking off, then I'm going to be on your case. So this actually helps us. It's not a bad thing. So it gives us the following benefits. Number one, it increases concentration. When you know that somebody is watching, your mind is not wandering as much because you know that somebody is going to look at you like, hey, are you here? Yeah, yeah. It provides immediate feedback. I cannot tell you how many times I've looked at my students when we are in the class and they are, no, no, fulanito, do we have a question? No, no. Yeah, let me just explain it again, just in case. Because I saw that face of, what? It humanizes the interaction. Again, if you're looking at a machine and you're just listening to a voice, it's not the same thing. Not for the person that is teaching and not for the students. If you think that it's frustrating to be next to a computer, imagine when you are talking and you're like, yes, guys, is this clear? Hello? Are you there? Papa, can you hear me? And then you have to be like guessing if your students are paying attention or not. So it's something that helps us make the experience a little more humane. For the ones that like human contact. Some of us, we don't. Right, Alex? Exactly. And finally, we gather other types of information. I don't know if you knew, but actually there was a case where there was domestic violence in one of the classes, and the classmates were able to see it and denounce it. Horribly, in one case, it was too late and the person was actually killed. But come on, this is something that could help you. Like, hey, so I saw that you are suffering. Like, would you like to talk to someone, and maybe we can notice these things. So actually it is something great for teachers. It allows you to see how you can help your students as well. If you see that, is that your house, fulanito? Like, oh no, I'm with a friend because I don't have internet. Oh, okay, so maybe now I can know that you don't have an internet and I can give you another alternative. Or like, wow, your house seems very humble. Well, maybe you're struggling to connect and maybe I can make it easier for you. As a teacher, it's really important that you care about your students. Are there cons? Yes. There is this sense of invasion. But, okay, let's talk about this. I feel invaded because I'm in my PJs and I don't like you looking at me when I am half naked. Well, then get dressed. I shit you not, I've had students that were taking my class in a bathrobe. And they didn't tell me. They put the camera on and they were with the bathrobe open. And I was like, nice chest hair. Like, mine is nice as well. So it's like, okay, you know what? If you are taking the class in a way that is not really that glamorous, maybe it's because you're also not taking it that seriously. So maybe it's going to help you to at least comb your hair or something. The evidence of inequality. Okay, this is something that is really important. The same. Sometimes you're giving a class and one of your students is like, they have a brick wall, you know, like there is no plaster. So you can see that the house is very humble and the house is very poor. And maybe the other students will also see that and they're like, gee, you know, Panchito is really poor. Look at that, like Kenny, you know, on South Park. That's why now, for example, Google Meet has implemented the backgrounds. So now you can use a background and then people cannot see the mess that you have behind you, like me. Okay, don't judge me. But that is something that you should take in consideration. Okay? And the anxiety. Yes, there are some people that feel very anxious that somebody's watching them and looking at them. Don't worry, just try to remind them like, yeah, the fact that your camera is on doesn't mean that I am staring at you all the time. I'm looking at all of them, so you can relax. Don't worry. And This is just going to help me to see if you're getting this. It is not for me to be, being all inquisitive on your experience. So overall, is it convenient to have the camera on when you are having these virtual meetings? Yes, it's going to help you. It's going to help you as a student. It's going to help you as a teacher. It's going to help you as a worker, because it helps us to connect with people the best way that we can. Okay? So that was it for today. I hope that you found it helpful. Again, this was for practicing the listening part. And listening is not something that concerns me that much, because usually we do it all the time. You can practice listening by going to Spotify or by watching Netflix or just using Duolingo. Listening is a passive ability that we cannot turn off. We're always listening. So that is one that we practice all the time. But then again, it is good to at least have other accents and other people talking to us, so that we can assess if we are used to one teacher or if we can actually understand different speakers with different levels and different accents and different backgrounds. This is really important. I hope you like the class. Tomorrow, unfortunately, I have a really long meeting and I'm not going to be live. I'm going to record the class for you, but don't worry, you will not miss anything. Thank you very much for being here today. Remember to send your comments, to like and subscribe. The people that sometimes comment, like the transmission, it helps. Share it with your friends, help them so that they are actually improving their language skills. And remember, any suggestion, let me know. Thank you very much. I was Mr. G. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. See ya.